supply chain meltdown, and employment. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I'm a business investor, and so being a business investor, it actually leads me to talk to a lot of different types of people. Oftentimes I'll talk to business owners and business managers, executives within businesses. And they tend to be some of the most ongoing conversations that I have on a day-to-day basis. But on occasion, I come across somebody who's an employee, who is looking for work, and because of my experience, it gives me an insight into a lot of different options available for people. And today I was speaking with my friend Sean, new friend Sean. Hi, Sean. And we were discussing how the supply chain meltdown is really messing with everybody's heads that are used to working in a space that is highly dependent on a supply chain. Okay, if you're working in any form of manufacturing or something that directly is dependent on manufacturing, you're probably having a really tough time nowadays, and your whole world may be being rocked because business isn't as predictable as it once was. And so where do you go from there? And it doesn't really matter whether you're involved with supply chains or not, but this is kind of how I got into the conversation. And in talking to him and finding out more about him, I've seen very similar trends along the line in other industries that are also going through major transitions right now. And the people who are used to being employed in a very secure way in these industries, but now they don't have that. It's not available. It's not there the way it was before, or at least they can't ever see it the same way or see themselves being dependent on it the same way. So where do you go from there? If you're in a situation like that, whether you've owned a business in an area that you thought was more secure, especially if you've had that business kind of somewhat autonomous to where it runs on its own, or if you're employed in those areas, where do you go from here? What do you do next? And Sean's got the right idea. You got to really focus on what are your primary skills. Not the skills that you would necessarily really push hard on a resume, but the skills that are beneath those skills, the real primary skills. What do you do best, and what industries can you jump over into, and what completely different functions can you jump over into based on those skills, and start looking at the world differently. Do your best to be able to pull back and say, okay, if your deal is being employed, what are your other options? Have you ever considered self-employment or owning a business, or at least doing some contract work, maybe splitting up your time between different companies? Is that in your interest? Is it something you'd like to do or not? These are the type of things that I like to kind of run people through, because the world's changing, and the more flexible you can be with looking at things and looking at your future, the more stable your future is going to be. Or at least, if nothing else, you're going to have the flexible mind to be able to jump when you need to jump and go where you need to go when you need to go. Simple ideas, right? But not that. Oftentimes we don't have people in our lives that can walk us through that process. So I'm happy. I don't know if I'll be able to help my friend Sean, but I'm always looking for people to be able to talk to and to be able to help and give them different options, at least the ones that I know of. And really, if you're in a similar situation, reach out to those around you. Tell them what's going on. Tell them what you're looking for. They may not be the type of person that can help you, but they may know a person that can help you. So it always helps to kind of put your feelers out there and keep connected. Keep meeting new people. Get out there and really focus on flexibility. Flexibility, especially flexibility of your mind on how you think of yourself and what you think is actually possible, because I guarantee there's more possible than you know. that's all I have for tonight. Just a simple message. We'll be back tomorrow. And in the meantime, hey, go check out my training on content marketing. If you're really wanting to think about, okay, what if we can do something completely different, but that is trending right now? Nothing's trending hotter right now than content marketing as far as on the online space. So I've got a training on that. But I mean, it doesn't fit everybody either. So I cover that there. So if you have the question, is content marketing even right for me? Go check out this training, contentmarketingquestion.com. You'll see it there, contentmarketingquestion.com. We'll see you tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.